What's up, fellow collectors? P Rockzilla back again for another review, and today's gonna be an oldie but goodie review. And this is gonna be the Hot Toys X-Men Days of Future Past Wolverine. Now, this, as you guys know, I always said Spider-Man and Wolverine were my favorite two in all Marvel comic book characters. After that would be Gambit and Psylocke and stuff like that. But as you guys know in the previous review, Miles Morales was my first Marvel Hot Toys figure. So I made it, I figured why not make it Wolverine my second one. And from what I've heard from other people, since I came in later in the game with the Hot Toys collecting, that this figure right here has the best head sculpt of all, or at least top five. So I had to see for myself. So I figured, since I wanted to get a Wolverine for the collection to go with my Spider-Man, might as well get the best one I could get that has the most resemblance to Jackman right there, because I admit he is the best Wolverine ever. So unfortunately, hopefully, I hope we will, but I don't think we're gonna get him again in in MCU. But so before his time goes away as Wolverine, I figure I'd get a figure from him. So as always, let's get this review started. Dale. Let's take a look at the box before we get the figure out. So I love the color pattern they have on this box with the blue and the gray and the black. So as you see there, they got a picture of the actual actor, Hugh Jackman there. Days of Future Past on the front. The Hot Toys information at the bottom. They got a few Sentinels right here on the left. And if you move to the side, it's just a continuation of Wolverine's picture. Got more information about Wolverine here. X-Men Days of Future Past. Same thing on the other side. And the back, they got this cool. I wish it would have been cool if this actually came with this head sculpt. If it came with a screening head sculpt like this, I would love to have that. The fact they only came with one head sculpt, it's a Stern thing. You guys know how I feel about the Stern thing. I always want action head sculpts too. But anyways, more information about the figure here, the people who made it, all the legal information. All right. So as always, let's get Wolverine out the box. When you get the box open, you treat it with a little slip cover here. It kind of has the cast and crew of the people who are responsible for making the figure. That's pretty cool. And this is the clamshell you get once you have the figure open. Now I do want to say this figure is not new. This is a used figure I bought recently from a good friend of mine. So I gotta admit, he did package it pretty good. It looks basically brand new still. The way he packaged it, I took some of the plastic off. But this is basically what you get, what you're greeted with once you get the figure out the box. As you can see there, you have the claws, the die-cast claws with the other hands, and the figure. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the figure out, get all the accessories displayed out so we can take a closer look at the figure. And there is Mr. Wolverine laid out with all his minimal accessories, but it is an older figure. I kind of wish, I don't think in the movies he ever had a mask, but I'm pretty sure there's a custom out there I can probably get to have a mask face on. But as like always, we'll take a look at the figure, and let's take a look at this supposedly head sculpt. I do gotta say, it does look like him, man. Look at that. Let's see if I can bring it a little bit closer with the lighting. Even the eyes, look at the little gloss in the eyes. I do like that. The beard's sculpted good. The hair. So yeah, this is, in my opinion, at least from the Hot Toys I have so far, definitely in the top five, maybe even top three of head sculpts. This thing is beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Mr. Hugh Jackman himself. Look at this guy. Anyways, let's take a look at the figure. So you have the cool soft goods here. It's actually soft, so that's going to be a good thing for articulation. So you don't have to worry about it much because this is all cloth right here, and then this is the hard plastic parts right here. So yeah, you have to probably worry about that. We'll see when I start getting the articulation going on, especially the elbow port right here. The back of the jacket is nice. See all the little ripples on the jacket, different patterns across the jacket. The shoulder pads feel good. Everything feels good on him. You get the little kind of homage to Wolverine, the little stripes, but it's the vest. And then the pants here. Oh, the shirt's a little untucked. Gotta tuck that in a little bit better here. Not sure what was going on there beforehand. Not sure. Let me just fix that real quick. There we go. All right. Then you get to take a look at the boots. Maybe see if I can bring my lighting up just a little bit, just so we can take a better look at some of the. There we go. So as you can see better there, there are the stripe effects there on the pants. Little homage, like I said, to the character. You get the X on the buckle. You get the plastic knee pads. Right down there to the boots. The boots have beautiful detail on there. Nice detail on the boots on the bottom. You get some beautiful tread there. All right, so let's take a look at articulation now since we got Mr. Wolverine up here. So the head does move around. Got to be careful with the collar. So he does, unless you want to move it up more, you can probably get it around there, but you are hindered because of the collar. Be careful with the bang. The bang is actually a soft plastic there, so that can probably be broken off easily. You can not really look up high much, but you could look down. Let's bring that down more. You could look down. So pretty good down. There we go. So you can basically move a little bit good down. The arms can go up high. You got to be careful, like I said, with the plastic points here. So maybe if you bend this, I don't know, maybe more. There you go. So you could do a T-pose. Joints don't feel too loose or anything. So you got a nice T-pose with Mr. Wolverine here. Why do I keep saying Mr. Wolverine? Freaking Logan. All right. So we do get bend at the elbows. So you don't have to worry about the shoulder, the elbow pads too much. There's not much strain on there. And then you get good pulls in the elbow. You do get bicep swivel, but you got to be careful with that plastic there too, as you can see. So he could do the little, what's that dance called? The little, is it a water thing? He could do that. All right, so that's good pulls in there. Now the waist, let's see on the waist. So the waist, he does get good waist articulation. There we go. Look at that. All right. So let's make him pull some muscles here. Mr. Muscle Man. All right, so we go there. Let's see how far back he can go. He can go back pretty good. The shirt does untuck, so you got to mess with that shirt a little bit. And then because of the vest, not much ab crunch. And the back, the shirt does untuck too. All right, so let's put these things back to normal. All right. And then the legs. He could not really get the leg too high up because of the pants. So you're a little bit hindered with the pants, the leg articulation. Let's bring this up a little bit more. He can't do the split, obviously, because the pants again. You can see the rip, not ripping there, but you can feel the tension right there between the crotch. He does, even with the knee pads, does get decent knee bend. That's good there. And you can see that. Oh, yeah. Is that thigh? Is it the thigh action? I'm trying to feel. No, it's the actual. Nope, it's not thigh. It's at the hip. I like the hips too, but the thigh is where it's at. So you get hip articulation. It's a sideways. And then you do get articulation at the boot portion right here. So you get ankle, like shin articulation. The legs can move down pretty good. And they can move up pretty good. No total articulation. All right, so then there's basically articulation for Wolverine. Does feel good for older figure. Doesn't feel, the joints don't feel too loose. I'll mess around with that shirt later on. Tuck that in better there. And so yeah, the only thing, like I said, the pants do hinder articulation in the lower portion, but the upper portion of his body, you get very good articulation. And that head sculpt, woo, look at that. Look at that sexy man. Hello, bub. All right. So you get the two claws, the two claw hands. Let's bring this lighting down a little bit more now since we're not looking at the detail there. So you do get the two claws there. These are die cast. Shiny, pointy, very pointy. So be careful. You don't want to get that close to his soft goods. And then you get two open hands. You can see the detail in there on the gloves. And last but not least, you get two extra wrist pegs. All right, guys, so I'm going to get Wolverine started with size comparison, and then from there, when I was going to the accessories, I did forget to point out that it does come with a stand. And there's a stand, has an X-Men Days of Future Past printed on there, and it has the little Wolverine nameplate on there. This is the old school plate. They don't come like this anymore. You get the information at the bottom. So, yep, just wanted to add that in. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, his face scope is so good that the camera is picking it up on it, very just easily. Of all the figures I ever had, Like he automatically auto zooms in like by himself just because of the face sculpt. Anyways, there's Wolverine flexing his muscles, getting ready to show off his biceps to his fellow figure friends we're gonna use for size comparison. So of course, let's bring in my first Marvel Hot Toys figure, and that's gonna be the Spider-Man game, Miles Morales. So there we have Miles Morales next to Wolvie, my two favorite my two favorite Marvel figures and comic characters. So let's bring another person from Marvel, and of course is the creator, and this is the Hot Toy Stan Lee from Thor 3. There's Mr. Stan Lee with his creations there. Well, he didn't really create Wolverine. What did he? I don't know. I don't recall. I had to do some research on that. And last but not least, let's bring in Asimus figure. I'm just bring in a different line. And this is the Legolas. I don't know. I always say it wrong. So there we go. We have 4 figures, 3 from the same line, or 3 from the same line, 1 from a different line. And there they go, staying next to each other. I do think I don't know if Wolverine should be the same size as Miles. I mean, Miles' legs are spread open a little bit, so maybe that can be a factor right there too. So maybe he should be a little bit shorter because Wolverine should be shorter. But then again, this is like based off the movie, so I guess it's accurate. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get the final thoughts and final pose. There we have a battle scene I've always wanted to reenact, and that's Wolverine versus Camo Storm Shadow with his claws. And this is just the first of many pictures I want to take with these two together. I just love the whole claw action going on. Like, who's going to strike who first? Is Wolverine going to get Storm Shadow first? Or is Storm Shadow going to get Wolverine there? Was the sword slash a distraction? But then again, you got Wolverine's healing factor. So maybe Storm Shadow doesn't have a chance. Hey, we'll never know. But I will, because these are my figures. So I'm going to reenact it in a way that I feel is the best way to have these guys displayed. So yeah, man, I mean, this figure, it's an old figure, but it does articulate pretty good, at least in the upper body portion. I did have a little bit issue trying to get him articulated towards the lower portion of his body. The ankles are not as strong. As you can see, he's kind of leaning back, so hopefully he doesn't fall off during this review. But the ankles are, a little bit pain in the butt to mess around with. You got to kind of pull those shin guards down a little bit more to kind of give you more pressure on the ankles so they won't kind of bend over and everything. But from the arms up and the upper chest portion, like the upper body, basically, he has good articulation. The face looks exactly like Hugh Jackman. I'm super happy I picked this figure up just for that face sculpt and the fact that I can finally play with Storm Shadow with another figure who has claws, not just use my Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. So this is gonna be pretty cool, man. The figure is awesome. I enjoyed my time posing him with Storm Shadow. So I'm happy I picked this guy up. He's going to be an excellent addition to my collection and also to pose with other figures. There is Logan, Wolverine, standing there. I wish he had cigars. I could put like a cigar in his mouth. I wish that was an accessory that you can have with them. It's like a little after effects and could do some smoke effects coming from the cigar. But anyways, I'm pretty sure I could find one of my assist scale figures maybe come with a cigar. I think maybe, I'm not sure. Anyways. But there he is, standing there, just in the regular iconic pose, showing his claws, trying to tell people, "Come on, man, you want some of this for real?" So this is an awesome figure. I'm super happy I picked him up. I wasn't expecting to like him as much. The fact that he came with a few accessories, barely any accessories, and I kind of picked him up more, like I said, because I wanted to have Wolverine go with my Spider-Man, and I had the opportunity to buy this guy from a good friend of mine for a decent price. And, I figured might as well just jump on it while the opportunity popped up in front of me because it doesn't happen often. So thanks again for selling it to me, my friend. It will be in my collection for actually forever. So it's going to be in good hands because I love this figure. I'm happy I got it. Just the posability I get with the arms, and the fact that I can actually have the claws posed any way I want to have them posed. I took a few pictures. I'm going to post them on Instagram and Facebook of him and Storm Shadow fighting like outside. Almost the same picture I took earlier in here, but just want to add some real life background. They came out good, so I'm going to have fun with him and Storm Shadow. I can't wait to start messing with these guys a little bit more. And then once I get my display set up right, I'm going to have him perfectly with Spider-Man to have my little Marvel shelf. But if you have this figure ready, congratulations to you. It's an awesome figure. if you don't have this figure and you're in the hunt for it, kind of good luck. I mean, it is out there, but good luck. It is worth what it is to you. I'm not sure. It depends on what you're gonna end up paying for it, if it's worth it or not. But if it's a figure that you really want, I mean, I wouldn't say spend way too much. But then again, Hugh Jackman may not reprise his role as Wolverine, so this may be the last time we may get a Wolverine. So, it is a good figure. It looks just like him, man. And as much as I love that face sculpt, I still want to try to find me like a head sculpt with a mask on, just to see how it works. Cause Wolverine, he has to have a mask. At least switch it out once in a while. But that head sculpt is on point, my friends. On point. They are right. Everybody who said that this face sculpt is top 10, top 5, to me it's top 3. It's up there, man. The way the body articulates, like I said, is hindered because of some of the clothing. But if you can mess around with it, just kind of get the right angles, you could get it almost any pose you want. And just be careful with the figure, because it is a good piece, and it's a piece hard to get right now. And I'm loving it, man. I guess I was expecting to like it as much, and I'm happy I have it now, and I'm loving this figure. So as always, people, I hope you love this review as much as I love doing them for you guys. Like I said, people, I'm not here for the subs. I'm just here for sharing my passion with you guys. So I'm happy that people who are happy to join me on this adventure of sharing my passion with each other, thank you for that. If you're one of those, or if you're not, either or, it doesn't matter. If you like this review, please hit that subscribe, hit that like button, click the bell notification. And as always, keep collecting, stay safe, be good, dale.